Mayday dogs. You can find Mayday dogs in the United States and South America from different kinds of breeders, scumbags and lowlifes. And literally, it became like a black dogs. In 1996, owning a son of Grand Champion Mayday was atomic. It was really, really special. He was the dog of the year. And I remember when Hunch came to the Bronx, and everybody was in shock, like, whoa, whoa. I remember when Hunch became champion, and the same night, Champion Chanel became champion. And I was able to see Chanel and handle Chanel that day, and then look at Hunch right across the Grand Concourse and say, wow, great dogs. And travel around the United States and look at these great dogs. They were above everybody. And listen, people have black dogs, they just vanish. And many of them just have black dogs to change from black to these dogs of Mayday. However, in 2021, what you see of Maydays is watered down Mayday or poor dogs from poor selection. And so if you come to me because you want a Mayday dog, let me tell you this. I own the only frozen semen of Mayday, me. And I have pure directly sons of Mayday and daughters of Mayday. I have Champion Copper Day, and I also have Area 51s to be the most known dogs of these dogs. Of course, I had Masaquata and all these great dogs, which we still have dogs of Masaquata in some parts around the world. Amazing dog, one of the best females I've ever seen. You probably never heard of her, because you only hear some things that we'd like you to hear. And there's many things you will not hear about him until the right time comes about. What I want you to understand is this. If you come to me because you want to buy a Mayday dog, you call it just Mayday dog, don't call me. You can get one of those cheap dogs, $1,500, $2,000 from your regular common Fast and the Furious and low-life breeders, and they'll tell you they have DNA verified, whatever, and a pedigree and so on and so forth. But if you ask yourself, who is this salesman that's selling me this dog? Soon you realize there's not much substance behind there. Because who cook the cake is the chef. There's no chef. There's no development, and there's really no selection. They're trying to sell you a pedigree with some dog that looks like Mayday. Do you know how many sons of Barracuda I had at one time? Between 24 and 26 in a single trip from Florida to Texas. Later, 12 to 14 dogs were given to me between the ages of 2 and 14. Do you know how many I kept? That's the number, 0. The difference is I came from a time that I had opportunity to do all these beautiful things, and you don't. So if you come here for a Mayday dog, don't come to me, because you don't need to come to me to have one of these dogs they call Mayday dogs. You can go anywhere else. Those dogs to me don't represent Mayday and don't represent the standard of the Mayday dogs. They don't represent certainly the standard of Chico Lopez dog. The best son of Mayday, his name was Macho Wanton Winner. And the reason why he's the best is because I know the information that you don't know, and the people that you're making those videos online and stuff, they didn't have no access to that. And the owners that had him, they were miserable, and the dog died frozen. But I was very smart, and as always, had the most vision than everybody, and I bred to the dog. And I created a whole bloodline out of Awesome Buck, and that was his father. So the best dogs out of the best grandson of Mayday and best producer, grandson of Mayday, Awesome Buck, I own them. So really what I have is Awesome Buck dogs, and what I got dogs in my pedigrees that are better than Mayday himself. It's just maybe not more popular, because you see, if you sell dogs to 10,000 people or 100,000 people, or at least they believe that somehow you have dogs of that dog because they got that name a little bit on the pedigree, everybody gonna raise their hand and say, oh, I got a Mayday dog. How many people can say they got a Chico Lopez dog? I'm not famous because I sold a lot of dogs. I'm famous because I'm the GOAT of the American Pitbull Terrier, the greatest dogman that ever lived. Elite level, flagship to the best, and the defender of the real American Pitbull Terrier, the educator and the source, the only real source of greatness. Challenge me.